welcome back. Oh, I've got a couple more school books for you. I'm just so in the mood for school. In fact, I'll be going back there real soon. This book is totally fiction, not realistic fiction. Oh no, because this has animals in it that talk and act like people, and we know that is not real. It is totally a made-up story called School for Bandits. It's by Hannah Shaw. On the cover, we see raccoons. Raccoons are nocturnal animals. That's a fancy word that means they come out and wake up at night and eat and walk around. And sometimes they're very sneaky. And because of their markings on their face, they look like they're wearing a little mask, like a bandit. So some people call raccoons bandits. Imagine if there was a school for bandits and they taught you bad stuff. Ooh, I don't think I'd want to go there. Now, our little character in this story is a very good little raccoon. He's neat. He brushes his teeth. His place at the table is very neat, while his parents are real sloppy eaters, and they are very worried about their only child. You see, he's just not acting like a good raccoon should. He's behaving badly, doing all these polite things. Politeness is not important for the raccoons, and they are quite concerned for their child. So they decided, if you can't learn your bad manners at home, you will have to go to school to learn how to be a good, well-behaved raccoon. And in their mind, well-behaved is not good at all. Here's what the school looks like where the bandit school is. They're throwing food, and that's okay. They're having fights, and that's okay. They're playing with rackets and sports equipment, hitting and fighting with it, and that's okay. Look at our poor little friend right here trying to behave. Do you think he's going to be made fun of? He is. The other raccoons are teasing him because he just won't get involved in the mischief. It's not a very happy day at school for our friend. But before the day is over, the teacher says to the children that there is going to be a contest for the best bandit in the school. And the little raccoons have to steal things and bring them to school in a loot bag. Loot is another way of saying things they have stolen and taken without permission. And the person whose loot bag is fullest is the best bandit in the school. Our little friend probably doesn't stand a chance. I don't think he would steal from anyone. What's going to happen when he goes back to school with an empty loot bag? He doesn't even have a chance to win. Unless there's a twist in the story. A twist is something that happens that you don't expect. Sometimes it's called a plot twist. A plot is how the story unfolds, like the beginning, the middle, and the end. And if there is a plot twist before the end, something happens that you didn't expect. So when you read this book, School for Bandits, be sure to watch out and hang on for the plot twist. Our last book I want to share with you is a book about my school. It's a book about when I was in Mrs. Glass's class in room 1A. It's called Fancy Day in room 1A. Now, I will remind you that this is a story of when I was a little bit younger, because boys and girls, Fancy Nancy books have been around for 10 years. This was our very first story about me. And if I want to show you what's happened now. The printers have made a 10th anniversary edition. It looks very much like the original, but the cover's a little bit different to celebrate 10 years of Fancy Nancy. So let's think back to when I was in room 1A. It was one of those days at school when it was gloomy outside, lots of rain. Maybe you're having days like that too. We needed something to make us excited and give us some enthusiasm, which is one of my favorite fancy words. We were all trying to think of something we could do at school to make it more fun, and our teacher told us to think about it. So I pondered it. Ponder, it's a fancy word that means thinking about it. And as I was pondering at home, I opened my closet and I was noticing all my accessories and fancy things, and I thought, that's it. We should have a fancy day at school. So I told my teacher and all the children. They were pretty excited about it. And on the fancy day, on Monday morning, I walked in and I was stunned. Stunned is a fancy word for surprised. Look at my classmates and how they have become fancy. Ooh la la, I never would have thought it. There's only one problem. Miss Glass is nowhere to be found. Oh, what has happened to our teacher? Why would she miss Fancy Day of all days? Kind of a mystery in this book. And you'll have to read to find out how Fancy Day in room 1A turns out. Maybe sometime this school year, you would like to have a fancy day in your classroom. It would be fun. And if you do, please invite me. I'd love to come to your fancy day and enjoy it with you. That's all the time we have today, but I've enjoyed talking with you about school, and I hope you will check out some of these books who have Fancy Nancy's stamp of approval. Have fun at school. Keep reading. Show your teacher how smart you are and how very hard you work, because trying your best is the most important thing of all. Until next time, au revoir.